Welcome back, my lover of wisdom. Today we are going to talk about how to deal with life's challenges. So make yourself completely comfortable and let's just take 3 deep breaths to come to the present moment fully. Inhaling deeply, deeply, deeply. Hold and exhale through the mouth. Another deeply, deeply, deeply inhaling. Hold and release. Once again, inhale deeply, deeply, deeply. Hold and release. Life doesn't cease from challenging you. And that doesn't change even if you awaken spiritually. You will get other challenges, different types of challenges. The only difference is that as you awaken spiritually, the way in which you respond to the challenges changes. And that is all important. How you confront the challenges of life, how you react to or respond to the challenges of life determines how you experience your life. How you experience your life ultimately is not determined by what happens to you, because many people think that that's the case, but how you experience your life, or what you call your life, is not determined really by what happens, but how you respond. This is the great teaching of Epictetus, and this is basically the foundation of Stoicism and CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. Some people, whenever they're challenged by life, they behave as if there was something very wrong with their life, that things are not supposed to go wrong. Life is not supposed to have challenges. And this works on a small scale and a large scale. You might have met people, or you may have been or are still such a person, of people who continuously are complaining about their reality. They are not in alignment. They are continuously out of alignment, out of their situations. Either something is there that shouldn't be there, something is happening that shouldn't be happening. I should be somewhere else, but I'm here, and that's a huge problem. They're trying very hard to get to somewhere else. They practically hate where they are. The sad fact is that many people live like that for most of their life. They're not aligned with what they are doing, where they are, who they are with, because they'd rather be somewhere else. They'd rather be at the end of the particular activity. And when you're very much in that mindset, you are constantly under stress. You know, there's a mental projection of where you should be, and this causes a stress. You have certain thoughts that say, let's get over with it, or you're doing this, you really should be doing that, whatever that is. You're not in the right place, you're doing things wrongly, and it's really a dreadful way to live. A lot of people call this normal. Okay, you see it in the movies as well. And so you figure it must be normal. And people almost love to watch shows of dysfunctional human beings. It's become entertainment, and they basically are reflecting our own dysfunctionality. So we're all kind of accepting that this is normality, and yet it's a form of neurosis. And And of course, we find ways to overcome our anxiety with food or sex or drinking, because we're always looking for a distraction from our present moment. Sometimes we even receive what we wished for, and you feel happy for a while. For a moment, your usual state of mind subsides and you're all excited about this new trinket or a new affair or something exciting. But then you begin to again feel that anxiety. Essentially, you're in a constant state of desire. You're in a state of wanting. Wanting this, wanting that. You get something, then you want something more. This state of neediness is the underlying operating system that's preventing you from experiencing the deeper dimension of reality you can actually access at any moment of your life. The deeper dimension, a place of timelessness, timeless fulfillment. I'd like to share with you, apart from the Bible, since Christmas is coming up. It's rare. I usually quote Greek philosophy, but this is a parable of what Jesus tells that's very profound and absolutely relevant to the present time. Everyone who listens to these words of mine and does them will be like a man building a house who dug deep and laid the foundation on the rock. The rain fell, the floods came, and the wind blew and beat against the house. But it did not collapse. It had been set solidly on rock. And everyone who listens to these words of mine and does not do them will be like a fool and build his house on sand. The rain fell, the floods came, and the wind blew and beat against the house. And it collapsed and was completely ruined. So let's understand the deeper meaning of this. Everyone who listens to these words and doesn't understand, everyone who listens to the teaching or practices the teaching, the Stoics say it, the Christians say it, all great religions say it. Seek ye first the kingdom of God within. All right, so all teachers speak about this dimension. It's common to everyone, all religions, and all philosophies. And the man who's building the house is you, whether you be a man or a woman, and you're building a house. The house is you. And the floods will come, and the rains will come. Some form of adversity that you will inevitably will experience in your life. Or some form of fairly extreme adversity. On a collective level, we're experiencing this through COVID. Now, if you haven't gone deep enough, because remember, you are the house, if you haven't gone deep enough, you haven't formed anything beyond the conceptual thinking mind, then the floods, the rain, the wind, the adversity, whatever it may be in this case, it will come and devastate you, may even destroy your house if you do not fall ill or contract the virus. The fear alone is eating and consuming us, consuming millions of humans as we speak. And why do you fear? What is fear? Fear is certain thought forms that project you into some future moment. It's not in the present, because if you were present, you would be at peace. And you would know that in this moment there is nothing to fear. Fear rises as a thought form, which then creates an emotion. What does it mean then to dig deep and to find the foundation on the rock? What is that rock? The foundation for that house that you want to build, being yourself. And I'd like to take you into a little meditation now in order to illustrate and to enable you to experience it firsthand what it means to dig deep. Just become aware that you're breathing. Become aware of yourself. Not the conceptual self. Do not become aware of your personal history. Don't become aware of some magic future moment. But just become aware of yourself as a conscious presence, your field of conscious presence. And thinking or analyzing doesn't help you there. Just be. Just be and go deeper than thinking into being, where you can completely awake and present, and yet with very little mind activity. And that is the beginning of your realization of your deeper identity, your essence. And your essence identity is inseparable from the present moment because of the timelessness of the presence. It's a deeper level of consciousness. And that is the meaning of digging deep and finding that unshakable foundation that is deep within you, within everyone. Adversity is a wonderful opportunity because adversity forces you to go deeper, forces you to awaken to the deeper dimension of who you are. Why does adversity force you? Because life becomes almost unbearable when you live only on the surface of sense perceptions and your conceptual mind, and you listen to the newscasts and everyone's in a state of fear and panic. That is the house built on the sand. That when the floods come, the wind comes, the storm comes, the house collapses in a state of extreme anxiety, extreme suffering. Although nothing actually has happened yet, are you living on the surface? Is your house built on sand? Or are you able to dig and find the foundation within yourself that frees you from fear? Now, when things are going well, it's unlikely that, you're going to bother with going deeper. What for? Right? Everything's going okay. The weekend is coming up, there's a party, I'll go to a club, whatever the next exciting thing is. My boyfriend is waiting for me, my girlfriend is waiting for me. You're in your comfort zone. I've never heard of anyone who awakens in their comfort zone. There's nothing wrong with comfort zone. Enjoy it while you're there. It'll last for a while, but then some form of adversity will inevitably arise. Minor forms of adversity, and occasionally huge forms of adversity. Potential calamities even. You may suddenly be contracted with something life-endangering in a personal level or on a collective level. Civil strife, financial crisis, collective adversity like the corona affecting millions at the same time. And this is an invitation to go deeper, because if you don't, you suffer unnecessarily. Millions are in a state of fear and anxiety. But use this as an opportunity to either awaken out of the mind-identified state of consciousness that continuously projects itself into the future, when you're thinking always about the future and never present. Your mind is always identifying with this ordinary state of consciousness. This is the house built on sand. You are forced to go deeper because you can't stand the suffering anymore. And so the most vital thing in any situation is the state of consciousness with which you meet the situation. And you should pay more attention to that than to the newscasts or whatever is distracting you that you listen to and watch. Of course you should know what's in the news, but you should reduce that input. Focusing on your consciousness instead. Focusing on your well-being. Staying at home has turned out actually for many people to be a positive thing. Use this precious time that is here because it is part of the awakening consciousness of humanity. It seems almost paradoxical to say it, that something that on the surface that looks very negative and bad, it looks like an obstacle to the well-being of humanity. And yes, it is an obstacle on a purely physical level temporarily, but something that looks like an obstacle from a conventional point of view is actually a blessing, or an opportunity at least, for you to go deeper and to awaken. We can say to connect with your higher level of consciousness. Many of you are already in the process of awakening. probably most of you listening to this video. And what's happening to us now is a wonderful opportunity for you to go deeper, a deepening, an acceleration of the awakening. So as much as possible, and especially whenever you feel this fearful state of consciousness coming up for you, a fearful emotional state, all you have to do is bring your attention to the fact that in this present moment there is nothing to fear. Remember that when you fear something, it's some imagined future moment. Am I going to catch this disease? Am I going to lose all my money? Is my loved one going to be okay? You're imagining things in the future. But right now it's not happening, is it? So whenever you feel yourself drifting off into fear, just realize that, okay, I have lost the present moment. And I lost myself in my mind, in the thinking mind, not in my big mind, the mind activity in my brain. And you just notice that. You say, it's okay. I am lost in the mind. Come back into the present moment. Inhale deeply. And this is just going to help you to switch your state. This breathing, feeling the energy field of your body and harmonizing it. And just be aware of that life energy. Through the breathing, you get into contact with that, and it brings you more into the present moment. You become aware of the presence that is inside you. This higher presence, this grander presence that is within you. And you needed the adversity to just poke you to remember it. And therefore you see adversity as an opportunity. So this is a time of great opportunity, especially during these Christmas period, this holiday season, whatever may be your faith. You can attune to this holiness, this spirit that is existing. Your ego can dissolve during this period. It's an opportunity to open your heart and really perform its essential function of loving. So I want to wish you all a wonderful holiday season, and to use it in this conscious way to expand this magical feeling of love, surrender, and devotion.
Like, comment, and share these videos with as many friends as possible. And
join my exclusive membership program on YouTube.